Okay, so this might be an interesting video. I dropped out of school, art school, where I went for a year, and so I was there last semester, and I left this portfolio in May 2019, and I have not seen it since, and I kind of vaguely remember what's in there, but not really, and I thought it might be an interesting video to open it up and go through it. Cool! I haven't seen what's in here in months, so I'm kind of excited. Okay, awesome. Okay, right away, not super exciting. We've got this grayscale thing. I don't think there's anything in this actual book, like that's not torn out. Let's see here if there's any art. Oh my gosh, they used to make me draw thumbnails before I would sketch, and I used to get so pissed off and annoyed because I don't like planning things, and I used to just hate being told what to do. Shitten, can you please move? And they were like so adamant about it. Like they did not allow you to just be like, yeah, I prefer not to do a thumbnail. You'd be like, you have to do a thumbnail. Here's a drawing with pastels, which I didn't feel like I was good at using, of a person, a model, like a live in-person model. Is that the only thing I have in here? Shitten, you're not gonna walk all over this. We're gonna have rainbow footprints everywhere if you do. This was a homework assignment. If you're thinking of going to art school, you might want to think twice, because half the time you're doing shit like this. Is this thing empty? Next we've got some newsprint, which is what we mainly used every day in class, so there's probably a lot of stuff in here. This was in my life drawing class. I think I'll just show something if there's something worth showing. A lot of this whole pad is just the teacher having the model pose for 60 seconds, and then we have to like do this like line drawing in 60 seconds or whatever. Because fuck trying to save paper, am I right? If it sounds like I'm bitter, I'm bitter. Every second of this whole experience, I had a teacher breathing down my neck, and I can't, like, me personally, nah, that does not go well with me. Oh, and there's like awkward shorts on a lot of these models because we had like a religious person in there, and so for that reason we couldn't do like the traditional nudes, which was kind of annoying. I'm not a big fan of religion. So, I'm gonna try to be a little more positive for the rest of this video. I just did not have a pleasant experience in art school. Like, I just felt like really frustrated and annoyed like every day. This was all like me doing what I was told. Using charcoal, which I don't enjoy using. I could almost just feel the frustration from the memories of like looking at these, just how like, oh, that's kind of a nice page. I think I was doing more of my own thing on this page, it looks like. But a lot of this time was spent super frustrated. That teacher really got on my fucking nerves. You can't tell. There were a lot of times when I didn't listen. I was not supposed to do a drawing so small, and I was not supposed to use pencil, and just sometimes I just didn't listen. And I just thought it was really stupid how there were always these rules, and the teacher wanted basically everybody's work to look exactly the same and just follow the directions. That one's kind of cool. More so than the others, at least. Okay, I don't love this, but I do remember that, like, the teacher was not in the room or something during this one, so I was able to just kind of do what I wanted, and that includes putting detail in the face. Like, she never wanted us to put any detail in the face, and I was like, that's my favorite thing to do, so fuck off, basically. I just do so much better. Not that this is the greatest thing ever. My drawings where I go off of photos are clearly better, but it's kind of funny how much better I do when someone's not breathing down my neck. I actually kind of like this pair of legs. I remember her being like, "That's too small and you're doing it wrong." Some more legs where she probably said the same thing. This isn't bad. And then, I don't even remember doing this one. But I remember one day she was having people sit up there for like short periods of time for us to like draw portraits of their faces. And I was super excited, but they weren't really like sitting for very long, and then she also would give us like wacky directions on like how to do it, and I'm assuming that this is an example of that. And then this is one of those ones, which I actually did appreciate this. She would tell us to like draw while looking at the thing and not looking at the paper, and that was kind of fun and wacky. I kind of enjoyed doing that, but it would have been nicer if she would have just left us alone to do these faces instead of told us to do random things. I'm assuming now I've come to the point where it's mostly like things that I put up for like my final at the end of the class, like that I chose out of my pile or whatever. Like, see, this is one of the portraits where she left us alone and I just did my own thing, and I think I think this one came out cool as hell. Like, if only she would have left us alone more often. I remember she wasn't happy with my selection because she knew that I chose ones that, like, she didn't approve of. I like this back, but she didn't like it when I did dry brushing for whatever reason. There was no reason. This one's cool. Shit, didn't get the hell off. Thank you. This one's kind of cool, just the model sitting there, kind of like the details in the face. That's my thing. Is to draw faces. Oh my god, this was like a really quick, rushed homework assignment. I can't take anything seriously. Look at what I wrote. This was like copying an artist, Edward Hopper. They made us do that so much, just copy people's drawings, like, it's so annoying. I hate doing it. This one's kind of cool. Again, I was probably left alone more on this one. Kind of like the face. Oh, here's that same guy from earlier. Not bad. do too well with the pastels, but the face itself isn't terrible. I remember doing this one. I didn't really like how it turned out. I kind of liked this one for faces. We didn't have very long to do it. But the guy was doing like different faces with and without his glasses, and I thought that was kind of fun. It bothers me that I didn't connect those glasses, but I actually really like this face. And that's basically it. And then here's like an example of what they were making me do in like this digital methods class, and I was like, this is no. And I also like don't really know how to use computers, and so the teacher was trying really hard to like direct me, but I just like I can't seem to follow directions like that, and she was getting really frustrated with me. Like I feel like she thought I was like really stupid. This is like a value scale or whatever. Cool. Here's another example of a homework assignment, like really, for real. I don't know, like, I only went for fine arts for a year, but like my whole experience was met with, first of all, an abusive professor the first semester, which that's a story for another day. But the rest of it was just like, I don't know how they can pass this off as like an education that you'd pay for at a university. That's just how I feel, at least with where I was going. But I feel like a lot of art schools are not very different. So like, obviously do what you want to do. Like if your whole body and being is screaming yes to go to school, then yeah, go to school. But if it's not, like, don't, because it's not worth the money. You can take lessons online, you can take like classes outside of university. Basically, like, I cannot think of one good reason to like go to college for any creative pursuit. Like for me, I have like no faith in education because I've been to college for 4 years, and I have like no fucking faith that they care about the human beings that go to their schools, and I just don't see the value in it. And so I've dropped out twice, and socially that might be looked down upon, but I don't really give a fuck because I just don't see the value in it. And I've been in some really awful situations personally with my college experience. Like at my other school, I was sent to an internship where they basically exploited me for free hard labor. So like I have experiences like that, and how can I have any faith that there's any point to spending thousands of dollars to just be treated like absolute, basically almost like a slave? If you happen to have made it this far in the video and you want to hear more about my experiences, either during this year being a fine arts major or the 3 years that I went to my other college, let me know down below. Alright, thank you. Goodbye. And remember, these are just my experiences and my opinions. I think that everyone has the ability to make the decision by looking inward. And don't listen to me, don't listen to anyone else. But if I could go back and tell my younger self, first of all, I'd tell her not to try hard in high school, like at all, because grades don't mean shit. And obviously I would not go to college, so yeah. Alright, bye.